So I just saw the Dear Evan Hansen movie, and here's my review. And just to let you know, there will be spoilers. This was such an amazing experience. So let's talk about it. When the show first came out on Broadway, I absolutely fell in love with it. The music was gorgeous and it was so relatable. I wish it came out while I was still in high school because I was the same as the Evan Hansen character. I was the loner kid. I had some friends, but I always felt like I was outside the circle. It wasn't until college that I found communities where I could belong and be myself. I unfortunately have never seen the stage version. I only knew the album. I cry every time I hear the song You Will Be Found. I've watched a very low quality bootleg video on YouTube, but it was only Act 1, and I watched it before they took it down, so I never saw the end or anything fully. I wanted to see the show on Broadway so bad, but I never got a chance. I actually did have tickets to see the national tour last year, but then the world ended. So now I won't get to see it until June. Ah. So when the film trailer was released early on, I was super, super excited and busted out in tears when I heard the big song again. And yes, Ben Platt's older age weirded me out too a bit, but I didn't care. I was going to see this movie, and I was there. That's my history with the show. Let's get into the film exactly. Since I've never seen the full stage show, I have nothing to compare it to, just the album with what songs were cut and what songs were added. I bought the ticket to the Fathom Events showing, which had a behind the scenes featurette and a live Q&A from some of the cast members. I really enjoyed the featurette and how they were able to film the movie with the pandemic going on. I didn't really pay attention much to the Q&A, other than which scenes hit the actors most emotionally and the difference in Ben's acting between what he did on stage and what he did on the film. Also, Ben's outfit, in my opinion, was terrible. His button-up long sleeve shirt was the same pattern as his pants, and it wasn't an actual jacket and suit. It looked more like pajamas, but yeah, that's getting off topic. I literally had a private showing. It was only me in the audience, and I was so glad of that, and eventually thankful because I unashamedly sang out loud because I could, and eventually I just burst out gross sobbing and crying throughout most of the entire movie. The film opens with Evan writing a letter to himself and getting ready for the first day of senior year. He starts singing Waving Through a Window. Does Anyone Have a Map was cut, but it was a good place to start with Waving Through a Window. And that is actually my favorite song from the whole show. I totally relate to the lyrics. I'm also extremely shy at first, especially around new people and new places, and even in high school feeling all alone in a crowded hallway. So that was a beautiful interpretation and great way to start the movie. The movie was made just to record and cement Ben Platt's performance as Evan Hansen, the same reason that the producer's movie musical was made, just to record the performances of Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. Same reason. But you can see why. Ben totally disappears in this role, and it's only Evan Hansen you see and the struggles he goes through. And I really liked the straight dialogue between the songs. The rest of the casting is perfect. Though I wish the character of Jared, Evan's best friend, was expanded more like it was in the stage version. Nick Dodani, who plays Jared, was fantastic, but the dialogue he has was mostly just about sex and nothing else. The song "Good for You" that was on the Broadway show, it was cut, so he's gone most of the second half of the film, and he doesn't get his argument and the fallout with Evan. The way they shot and edited together the song "Sincerely Me" with the three of the boys, it was fun. It was the big dance number, and it was really cool. The going back and forth between the singing and the talking. It was great. Amy Adams as Cynthia Murphy, Connor's mother, was perfection. I instantly had sympathy for her from her first scene on camera. She was just a grieving mother trying to hold on to her troubled son that she lost, trying to just grasp anything and with no support from her husband or daughter. It was very sad. Her emotional expressions during the song "For Forever" uh, just started tearing me up, and the crying just got worse from there. After the fake emails were written and given to the Murphys, Cynthia started to fall hard for Evan's lie, and it was painful. What's also painful was the anger from Connor's sister Zoe, um, and our stepfather, Larry, played brilliantly by Caitlin Dever and Danny Pino during the song "Requiem." I I really started to cry then. I didn't know from the album was Connor's stepfather and not his actual father. I didn't know if that was a change from the original or not, but it helped us understand Connor's backstory and history much more. I also like the chemistry between Caitlin and Ben, Evan and Zoe, in the kitchen, just talking before the song "If I Could Tell Her." The song "Disappear" was also cut, but what replaced it was ah another wonderful, gorgeous, emotional punch to the gut song from the composers and creators of the whole show. The new song is called "The Anonymous Ones" and is sung by Imelda Stenberg, who plays Alana Beck, the girl who puts together the memorial and eventually the Connor Project. This song hit me way too close to home, uh, and I started to just gross sobbing during it out loud. Thank God I was the only one in the theater. Because I was that kid that was on the depression medication, and I thought I was the only one in the entire school. I hated it, and I wanted to be normal, like everyone else seemed to be. With this song, you really understand her character, and her character is much more expanded than what was shown on the stage version. So I really appreciated that. Of course, the big number was at the memorial, and yep, I continued crying. It "You Are Not Alone," the big song of the whole show, is so powerful. I remember seeing through the bootleg that I saw the multiple screens in the theater, all the social media responses and retweets and forwarding and all the reactions in the show universe from this song. And it was the same in this movie. They did mostly the same thing, but it had a deeper impact. What really hit me though was seeing Connor's father, Larry, uh, see all that reaction through social media, everyone talking about Connor, and he finally broke down crying for the first time. That was a oh my god. It unfortunately it didn't have that big Act One finale that it had in the show in the stage version, but it was a good spot to fade to black and continue on to the second half. The second part of the film is, in my opinion, unfortunately not as strong as the first. The song between Evan and Larry, "To Break in a Glove," when they're talking about the baseball glove, it was cut and it wasn't missed. That's more of a filler song. Um, and the love song between Evan and Zoe, "Only Us," it was just straightforward, I'm singing in your face love song. They did show scenes of them dating, but that's about it. It was beautiful, but just straightforward. The part of the show where the liar revealed part starts to happen, and like I said, the song "Good for You," which shows the fallout of everything, it was cut, which is unfortunate because I think Julianne Moore, who played Evan's mother, would have really done well with her part in that song. It's got some very good emotion in it from Evan's mother. That emotional stress song was just better than a resigned small argument they had on the street. So things come to a head in the plot, and Evan finally tells the Murphys that he made the whole thing up and he wasn't really friends with Connor at all. Ben does amazing singing Words Fail while crying, and I was crying again too because I have so much empathy for that family. What happened and everything that happened to them. That lie was terrible, horrible, and yeah, Evan fucked up. That's what teenagers do. I get it. I related to that during my teen years. That's what happens. Not to that extent, but things happen. Julianne does okay with her song "So Big and So Small," where she's singing about her past and her separation from her husband. But it's just a single one shot sitting on the couch between her and Ben Platt. Nothing happens. There were no cuts, no flashbacks, just them two together. So before I saw the film, I read somewhere that they changed the entire ending from the stage version for the film. Um, and the end of the movie, I like how he tried to make amends before the second new song "Closer," but it's just not as powerful as the reprise for Forever. I'm interested to know how the stage version ends. I mean, at least I wasn't that spoiled, and I will have some surprises when I do finally see the show live. So, yeah, I don't know why the critics hated this film. It's fine for a movie musical, a musical put to film. The first half is much better, and the ending is abrupt, but it makes sense. All the acting is perfect, the editing wasn't choppy, it made sense. And for someone who can personally relate to not much the plot, but to the characters and their emotions, this is a must see. Fans of the musical, definitely go see this film. It is perfect, it hits all the emotional points, and if you don't like it, you'll be at least satisfied that this was as close to the stage version as they could. Nothing major changed. I give it an A plus for Forever. So thank you for watching. I'm still getting used to talking my reviews on video. So if you'd like to see my past reviews, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you on the road, and I'll see you back at the theater. Bye.